the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
78 IDLGU bring peace and services to remote Samar barangay. Ismincom welcomes Navy delegates, 21 repatriates from Indonesia. Gas and diesel prices up by over 1 peso. DA says series of typhoons left 786 million pesos damage to agriculture.
Good day everyone, as well to our troops at Camp Emilio Ginaldo, Quezon City. Today is Tuesday, November 26, and we'll bring you the latest news from the armed forces and other information around the Philippines. I am Rofh Suzon for AFP Community News. For the brief overview of our stories, the 78th Infantry Battalion and local government unit of Hinabangan Samar conducted a Serbisyo Caravan and Information Awareness Drive in Barangay Tabay, providing essential services and promoting peace. Residents benefited from free medical care, agricultural supplies, and livelihood support, while discussions emphasized ending insurgency. Former rebels shared testimonies urging active New People's Army members to surrender. 7IB assured support for peace initiatives, calling on insurgents to embrace reintegration as Christmas approaches.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Lieutenant General Luis Rex Bergante, the commander of Eastern Mindanao Command, led the welcome ceremony for Philippine Navy delegates aboard BRP Artemio Ricarte and 21 repatriates at Naval Station Felix Apolinario, Davao City. He commanded the Naval Task Force 71 led by Captain Junji Tabuada for their role in the successful coordinated patrol Philippines-Indonesia or Corpat Filindo. He also welcomed the repatriates, assuring them of continued government support. The Bureau of Quarantine, the Bureau of Immigration, Department of Foreign Affairs, and Department of Social Welfare and Development facilitated the repatriates' safe reintegration with their families.
Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let's hear more from Gina about 51st IB support Sultan enthronement in Lanao del Sur.
Of the 51st Infantry Battalion participated in the enthronement of Sultan Haji Norby Hassan as Sultan Romapunut of Pagayawan, joining local leaders and dignitaries in celebrating Maranao cultural traditions in Mandalum, Lanao del Sur. The event, attended by Sultan Usmanti Sarangani Sr., Madalum officials, and neighboring sultans, highlighted unity and peace in the region. The battalion reaffirmed its commitment in fostering trust and collaboration with local communities while respecting and supporting cultural heritage. This is Gina reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Gina.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The 64th Infantry Battalion, led by Lieutenant Colonel Abel Patutan and represented by Captain Willie Yexel Silga, helped to settle a long-running Rido or family feud between the Macalnas family of Balabagan and the Tago family of Barira, Maguindanao del Norte. The settlement, held at the Municipal Hall of Kapatagan, Malabang, Lanao del Sur, was achieved through the collective efforts of the battalion, local governments, and religious leaders. Both families pledged peace and cooperation by signing a formal agreement, marking the beginning of stronger community ties and a more peaceful future.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The 63rd Infantry Battalion participated in the culmination of Drug Abuse Prevention and Control Week at Barangay Mercado Cover Court, Basi, Samar, organized by the Basi LGU with MADAC and MMC. The event included anti-drug orientations and review of RA 9165. Municipal officials and partner agencies reaffirmed their commitment to a drug-free community, with the 63rd IB pledging continued support for public welfare and safety initiatives.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
From Solcom, let us hear from Sena about TOG 5 joins campus tour at Anislag Vocational School in Daraga, Albay.
Tactical Operations Group 5 of the Philippine Air Force actively participated in the campus tour spearheaded by the Alpha Company of the 31st Infantry Battalion, 9th Infantry Division, Philippine Army at Anislag Vocational School in Daraga, Albay. This event brought together the Philippine Navy, Coast Guard, Philippine Air Force, and the Philippine National Police to engage with over 200 junior and senior high school students. TOG 5, alongside other uniformed personnel, conducted an information dissemination and recruitment campaign offering students insight into career opportunities within the military and uniformed services. TOG 5 also covered updates on the West Philippine Sea, emphasizing the PAF's efforts in securing our territorial integrity. To further spread awareness, mullet stickers were distributed to the students, reinforcing the importance of informed citizenship and national unity. Meanwhile, the PNP spearheaded an important discussion on the dangers of illegal drugs, reinforcing their commitment to guiding the youth toward a better future. This is Sena from Solcom reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Sena from Solcom.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines dismissed circulating online posts about troop mobilization linked to current events as baseless and misleading. The AFP urged the public to rely only on official releases, emphasizing its commitment to professionalism, constitutional loyalty, and stability. Such information, the AFP stated, creates unwarranted panic and attempts to undermine the democratic institutions.
DWDD National News.
For our national news, fuel prices are set to increase by as much as 1 peso and 15 centavos per liter today. In separate advisories, Shell, Caltex, and Seoul announced upward adjustments of 1 peso and 15 centavos per liter for gasoline, 1 peso and 10 centavos per liter for diesel, and 80 centavos per liter for kerosene. Petrogas, Clean Fuel, PTT Philippines, and Jetty would implement the same price movements. According to the Department of Energy, the price hike was due to escalating tensions between Russia and Ukraine after they launched missiles at each other.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
Let us hear more from Meljoy of 1st CRG about 7id Commander installs a new acting 703rd Brigade Commander.
Yes, Rofh, Brigadier General Joseph Norwin D. Pasamonte, Commander of the 7th Infantry Kaugnay Division, Philippine Army, presided over the installation ceremony of the new acting commander of the 703rd Infantry Aguila Brigade. The event took place on November 25, 2024 at the brigade's headquarters in Barangay Kalaanan, Bungapon, Nueva Ecija. Colonel Ronald M. Bautista, MNSA, Philippine Army, formerly the Chief of Staff of the 7th Infantry Division, assumed the role of acting commander of the 703rd Brigade. This follows Brigadier General Pasamonte's designation as the new Kaugnay Division Commander. In his address, Colonel Bautista expressed his gratitude to Brigadier General Pasamonte for his trust and confidence. He committed to upholding the principles of the Pamilya at Malasakit framework and leading the Aguila Troopers. He also emphasized the importance of teamwork, calling for the continued cooperation of all personnel to ensure the success of the brigade's mission objectives. Brigadier General Pasamonte in his remarks highlighted Colonel Bautista's exceptional leadership skills, extensive military experience, and dedication to service, assuring the troops they are in capable hands. The ceremony also recognized the exemplary performance of 11 Aguila troopers who were awarded the Military Merit Medal for their outstanding contributions. This event marks a new chapter for the 703rd Infantry Brigade as it continues its commitment to excellence and service under the leadership of its new acting commander. This is Meljo Inesio Arroco reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Meljoy from 1st CRG.
DWDD National News.
The combined damage of tropical cyclones Pepito, Nika, and Ophel to the agriculture sector has reached 786 million pesos. According to the Department of Agriculture, The typhoons left 41,076 hectares of agricultural areas damaged and production losses of 30,366 metric tons. Due to this, 34,111 farmers and fisher folk were affected. These farmers are in the Cordillera Administrative Region, Ilocos Region, Cagayan Valley, Central Luzon, Bicol Region, and Eastern Visayas.
DWDD National News.
The Social Security System is offering a calamity loan to members in areas affected by typhoons Christine, Marce, Nika, Ophel, and Pepito. The loan is available until December 19. SSS officer in charge Walter Aga said SSS members could benefit from a loan equivalent to their 1 month's salary credit or up to 20,000 pesos. Aga said SSS wants to extend the lending hand to the affected individuals through this financial assistance to help them rebuild their lives and get back to normal.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
Let us hear more updates from Jai about 2nd CMO Battalion joins tree planting activity in Dasmariñas City.
1st CMO Platoon of 2nd Civil Military Operations Battalion partnered with local groups, students, and organizations in a tree planting activity at CTOE San Barangay Langkaan 2, Dasmariñas City, Cavite. The event was attended by farmers, students, and community leaders. It emphasized the importance of trees in protecting and preserving the environment. The said activity also showcased collective efforts toward environmental conservation. This is Joy reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jai.
DWDD National News.
Moreover, the shellfish ban in at least 6 areas in the country is still in effect amid the presence of toxic red tide. The Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources identified Dumanquiles Bay in Zamboanga del Sur, the coastal waters of Daram Island, Zumaraga Island, Irong-Irong Bay in Samar, coastal waters of Tungawan in Zamboanga, Sibugay, and the coastal waters of Leyte as among those affected by the red tide. Before said shellfish collected and tested from these areas are still positive for paralytic shellfish poison or toxic red tide that is beyond the regulatory limit. It warned that all types of shellfish gathered from the affected areas are not safe for human consumption.
DWDD National News.
Department of Health Secretary Teodoro Herbosa confirmed that a suspected case of monkeypox or mpox in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao has tested negative for the virus. Herbosa shared the good news after receiving the results from the Research Institute for Tropical Medicine. The suspected case had been under observation after showing symptoms that could potentially be linked to monkeypox. However, Herbosa clarified that it was likely another viral or skin disease.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
And we have a report coming in from Beth Tanyete about ASEAN Sergeants Major strengthens military ties at 12 ASMAM in Pampanga.
Senior Enlisted Leader Forum ASEAN Armies gathered for the 12th ASEAN Sergeant Major Annual Meeting hosted by the Philippine Army at Clark Preferred Zone in Mabalacat, Pampanga, with the theme Enhancing and Strengthening Partnership and Camaraderie of ASEAN Armies Non-Commissioned Officers toward regional stability. The event focused on fostering peace, stability, and regional military cooperation. The Philippine Army Sergeant Major CMS Marvin M. Jurani highlighted the meeting's significance and advancing collaboration among ASEAN members states. This is Beth Aneta reporting for the AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Beth Añete.
DWDD National News.
For other national news, the Department of Education called on its field offices and schools to take part in the 18-day campaign to end violence against women and children, or VAUSI. Deputy Secretary and Chief of Staff Fatima Lip Panantongan urged its offices, including the Central, regional, and schools division offices, as well as schools and private basic education institutions to participate in activities related to the campaign. Panantongan emphasized the need for a safe, inclusive, and empowering environment for women and children. Based on a memorandum, the agency will hold a culminating activity aimed at promoting the prevention of gender-based violence against women and children in the basic education sector.
DWDD National News.
There has been no increase in the number of motorcycle taxis in National Capital Region in the past 3 years. LTFRB Chair Chofilo Guadis III said that the number has stood at 45,000. He said more motorcycles were approved in Regions 3 and 4 with additional 4,000 motorcycle taxis each. Guadis also said there has been a decrease in motorcycle taxi ridership due to the change in work patterns.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
And now let's hear a report on the ground of a former rebels formed regional federation in Region 2 to boost government support. Go for the details, Leonor.
Former rebels in Region 2 united to establish the Regional Federation of Former Rebels People's Organization during an assembly at Camp Melchor de la Cruz, Gamo, Isabela. The federation, comprising groups from Isabela, Nueva Vizcaya, and Cagayan, aims to strengthen unity and streamline government assistance. Colonel Silas Rons Montero of NTF-ELCAC highlighted the benefits of formalizing the federation with support from agencies. Mauricio Aguinaldo, elected as the federation's director, expressed gratitude for the government's reintegration initiatives, ensuring former rebels peaceful and productive transition into society. This is Leonor Tanap reporting for AFP Community News, 1AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Leonor.
DWDD National News.
Moving on to another story, Peace and Reconciliation Advisor Carlito Galvez Jr. has made another appeal for lawmakers to postpone the parliamentary elections in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region and Muslim Mindanao. During a hearing of the House of Representatives on the proposed deferment, Galvez said the Office of the Presidential Advisor on Peace, Reconciliation and Unity fully supports the bill filed by House Speaker Martin Romualdez, adding that the OPAPRO respects the Supreme Court ruling separating Sulu from BARM. Among the reasons Galvez cited in asking for a postponement are the uncertainty in the employment status of 5,000 government workers in Sulu. He also mentioned the insufficiency of time to amend laws related to the BARM.
DWDD National News.
The Bureau of Corrections is set to release between 5,000 and 10,000 persons deprived of liberty before Christmas. This follows the finalization of the implementing rules and regulations for the good conduct time allowance applicable to those convicted of heinous crimes. Bucor Director General Gregorio Pio Catapan Jr. announced this as Bucor marked the release of 500 PDLs between October 22 and November 25. Of the 500 released, 347 had completed their maximum sentences, 110 were acquitted, 21 received probation, 20 were granted parole, 1 was allowed bail, and another was released through habeas corpus.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
From NOLCOM, let's hear some information from Joanne about MBLT 10 lines up civic action activities in celebration of their activation day.
The Marine Battalion Landing Team 10, Kapayapaan in the North, has lined up various civic action activities in celebration of their 35th Battalion Day anniversary this month of December. Among these activities is a coastal clean-up drive in the municipality of Santa Teresita, Cagayan, focuses on removing mud, silt, and debris left by recent typhoons. The Marine Battalion Landing Team 10 is an active partner of the local government in environmental preservation programs in Cagayan. Other activities activities that will be conducted include tree planting, feeding programs, gift giving, book distribution, and other community-focused efforts to support the local populace in their area of operations. Meanwhile, MBLT-10 continues to assist local government units in relief operations in the provinces of Batanes and Cagayan, delivering relief supplies to typhoon-devastated communities in Region 2. The Marine Battalion Landing Team 10 Kapayapaan remains committed to supporting government efforts in delivering vital services to the people. Reporting from Northern Luzon Command, this is John Sagaok for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Joanne.
Armed Forces Radio.
For other updates, let us hear the details about DND launches 18-day campaign to end violence against women with advocacy walk. Go ahead, Kath.
The Department of National Defense and its bureaus opened the 18-day campaign to end violence against women with a walk for a cause at Camp Aguinaldo, Quezon City yesterday. Over 600 participants from various agencies joined the event, promoting collective action against gender-based violence. DND Human Resource Director Nicole Bacolod said that the activity is not just an event, it is a movement for justice and equality. The campaign team vow Bigyang Wakas Ngayon Na Ang Oras highlights the urgency of addressing violence against women through unified efforts. This is Kat reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Kath.
DWDD National News.
The Bureau of Corrections assured the safety of Mary Jane Veloso in its prison facility once she arrives in the Philippines. Karabang issued the assurance in response to concerns aired by Veloso's family over her safety once she returns to the Philippines. Her family pointed out threats from international drug syndicates. Veloso was sentenced to death by an Indonesian court following her arrest in 2010 at the Yogyakarta airport in Indonesia, where she was caught attempting to bring in more than 2 kilograms of heroin.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And that's all for today's broadcast. Thank you so much for joining us, especially to our audience in our Facebook page, AFP Radio DWDD. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for more updates, same time and same station. Again, this is Rofh Suzon for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.